We're gonna... Yes. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Launch. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Matt.
Oh, hello.
Hello. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah, we're just gonna get into the game. I started the first part of it like a little bit. But we haven't seen your character at all yet, so.
I'm excited. How far in are you? Have you met Aiden's character yet?
Yes, we have met him.
Awesome.
So, Matt, now that I got you here, why don't you tell everybody, who you are, what you've also voiced in besides Genshin,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Uh, so hi everyone, my name is Matthew Greenbaum. I am a voice actor and I've just done a lot of work in general in uh, mostly the dubbing industry, not just voice work, also production side of things too. I started working as a production assistant at a studio that does a lot of anime dubs. And from there, I've just been working in various things. I've also been in Rising of the Shield Hero. I've been in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind. I've been in various of the Lupin the Third movies. Mostly as small characters throughout all of those things, but you know, I have had a lot of fun. I just love dubbing in general. It's just such a fun industry.
Yeah.
And besides that, I also still do a lot of production work. Right now I'm doing some work as a spotter freelance, which just means that I am the person who gets the script right before the writers
Ooh,
and preps them for the writer.
yeah.
Who did I voice in Shield Hero? I voiced, it was a smaller character. If you remember during the arc in which all the good guys were being, like, hunted by this mad pope, I was the guy who the pope, like, spoke through. So I was his priest who, like, was the voice of the pope to the rest of the people.
Oh, hi. Yes, he can see chat.
Yeah, I'm on stream with y'all.
Oh my gosh, I forgot how to play. I forget that this game, it makes you press circle when you wanna, like, actually look at stuff. And I'm like...
Oh, do you play on PS4?
I actually play on PC, but, I play with a controller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that they're adding in, like, cross-save, right?
Yes,
Something
they
like that.
are, and I'm so excited for that because
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
I have my new PS5 that I can now put that on. So I'm excited.
Dude, I want a PS5. What else have you played on the PS5?
I started playing It Takes Two, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're playing with Jeff, right?
Yeah, I was. Yup.
Yeah, that one looks fun.
All right. So here we go. Let's quest. That's where I want to be.
If there's fire in your soul, you gotta rock and roll.
Oh my
So
god, I
come
clicked the
on,
wrong
let's
button
get
again
moving.
because I'm silly. I have. You can tell that I'm a mess. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah, you're a Mona main, right?
I am a Mona main.
Dude, I freaking love Mona. She was, like, one of my earliest characters, and I just, like... I try to fit her into every team if I can.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hey, I acknowledge ya. Oh, that's a fun name. It sounds like I acknowledge you, but it's like...
Yeah,
I don't know, it's
like
just all one word.
Like, It Takes Two is such a good game. Alright, we're following this road. We're gonna get up here.
Somebody asked, aside from Mona, what is your other main? I don't know if it's to me or to you, so let's both answer that.
Chi-Chi, Xinyan, and Kuching currently on my team.
There's a person over there.
I play a shit ton of Eula. Eula's, like, probably my favorite character in terms of the gameplay loop.
Oh, rest you first. Ask instructions later.
All right, we gotta rescue this person.
Shadows of fate. Written in the stars.
Stop beating up like children.
You know, they were asking for it.
Actually, like, they're giant assholes. Like,
Yeah.
before I voiced Azhdeha, I hated fighting these things. And then when I saw that I was going to be like their granddad, I was like, oh, well, now I'm responsible for this.
You are. You're directly responsible for all of these little babies.
Have noticed me walking through.
My grandchildren are crazy. I know, they just run all over the place.
For saving me. My name is Wanyu.
Seriously, like, they're on crack. They
Paimon
burrow underground,
always
they
hangs
pop
out
out
with the
like...
Traveler. I don't think they need to get to know each other anymore.
Huh? You sure you're not a minor?
How do you pronounce this Traveler's name again? Is it Ether?
It's
Ether? Ether. Okay.
Or if you go by what I named him, it's Baby Boy.
Baby boy.
Because that's what I call Zach in real life.
And the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. A few men and a child.
A few men and a
I was
child.
in a hurry. I didn't get a good look.
Ooh, greetings from Malaysia. That's cool. Hello, Malaysia.
Apologies.
I think that's all we needed to hear. Thank you.
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going.
By
There's
the
a
way, guys,
conference
I
in
discovered
10.
today that Griffin Burns
thank you all
goes
for
to
your
the same
help.
gym that I go to.
According to the scholar, the miners were heading for Nantiamun.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey,
But what?
perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
I love that you just see that lumbering, like, Earth dude
Yeah,
right in the
he's right
background.
behind us. He could attack us at
It
any
looks
moment.
promising. I'll do my best.
Hello, hello. What AR am I? 50.
Huh. It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone seeing is something I won't forget.
Thank you, Amelia.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it.
I'm excited
But
for all
praise
the
for Mr.
Inazuma
Zhongli is High
characters.
praise indeed.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost all sense of direction a long time ago.
You think so? I guess it's been a
Yeah,
worthwhile
all of
trip
Inazuma
then.
looks cool as hell.
Feels like
Oh, yeah.
The live streams have got me so amped for it.
it's a lot of fun.
Be that as it
Oh,
may,
yeah, I got burp.
we would do well to keep our guards high. 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly day and night, over hills and mountains, led by a child. This is no ordinary incident.
No, it is not,
Oh,
Zhongli.
you're quite
Good
right,
of you
Mr.
to
Zhongli.
notice.
We should have our wits about us.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual.
Was it? I'm pretty sure
have
that's the
encountered many
normal
crews
level of
along the way.
aggression. I'm just saying.
So far, they've pointed us in the right direction. The miners headed in the direction
thank
of
you.
Nantiamun the day before yesterday. From here, they would have had to navigate a perilous mountain road.
No,
If their
I mean,
destination
if they
is
want
indeed
to be
Nantiamun,
on my
we should
stream,
be
then
able to catch up with
absolutely.
them.
Great! No time to lose!
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here, it should guide him to us.
Clever thinking. A classic Zhongli move.
God, Keith has such a nice, smooth voice. He should do
Oh,
like
I know,
ASMR.
right? Where am I heading? Wrong button. Where am I heading? Oh, all the way up here. Oh, I pressed the wrong button again, because I'm silly.
Hey! Over here on the ground! Is this one of the missing people?
Oh boy.
There's a basket lying
Yeah,
there,
peas
too.
and beans. I agree.
This must
Sayu
be
looks
one of
very
the
funny.
miners.
She's small but very strong. Did I see it correctly? It looked like she was carrying a great sword, like that tiny little character.
Which would be awesome if that's the case.
Hey! Hello? Can you hear us?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from exhaustion.
Should we wake him up?
I can still dig.
Can you? Can you still dig? I don't think you can.
Something.
I'm pretty
Seems
sure
that
he's
he
out.
thinks he still has work to do.
What it's like to be a worker in America.
Something's not right. There's a camp
Right?
nearby. We should take
No,
him
it's
there
fine. I
and
don't need a sick day.
before deciding our next move.
Oh, that's a fun question in the chat. If Paimon were to wield a weapon, what do you think it would be?
I think it would be a
How is he?
catalyst user.
He won't die.
Oh, that makes
right?
sense.
He's worked himself
think
into
so,
a stupor.
anyway.
Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Paimon heard him talking about digging for something. Did he dig himself into this state?
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is what we need to understand.
Thank
So he
you
was
for the host.
kidnapped and then abandoned here. But if they didn't need him, why bring him all the way out here?
Unless something happened. Something that led him to fall behind.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Again, Nicholas, I've said in the,
Oh, wait a moment.
I've already
Seeing
said
these
that I
fragments has
cannot
jogged my
talk
memory.
about
I
any
have something for you.
character voice actor that has not been announced on the
Something
official Genshin
for
Impact
us?
Twitter.
As I mentioned,
Whether or
before
not
I met
it's been
Uncle Dai,
already
I was
announced
in a
in
daze.
the live
After setting
stream
out with you
has
on this
nothing to
case,
do with
it
that.
feels like a fog is lifting.
I have to
I
wait.
was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have
So as
managed
far
to
as
track
I'm
down these
concerned,
clues
I
by
have no
myself.
idea who voices Sayu.
These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not
No
any old
idea.
crystals, mind you.
Weird.
This purity is extraordinarily rare. One for each of you. A memory, if you will.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn it. It's like a different crystal from each angle.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Zhongli. Huh? Is something wrong? Not to your liking?
On the contrary, I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the current circumstances. But thank you. I will take good care of it.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others can appreciate. Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
More memories!
Sure like rocks, huh, Kunjun?
I mean,
Ores
he
are the
talks to
crystals of
them,
the earth.
so
The sediment of time itself.
what
I
do
feel at peace
like
among
what
them.
do rocks
Get some rest and
actually
call me when you're ready to set off.
have
I
to
won't be
talk
far.
about? That's my
Yeah,
question.
what do you think rocks
What
think
are
of?
what are they saying?
Rest easy. I
What
surveyed
tea
the
are
area.
rocks gonna
There's
spill
no
here?
danger here. Oh,
We gotta ask Aiden about that. Have you seen the commission Aiden got for Kunjun?
No, I haven't yet.
Seriousness all of a
It looks so good. It's up on his Twitter.
I can't see
God,
that
like-
now.
Dragonfall mean anything
That's
to you?
fair.
What tea are rocks gonna spill? The stone cold truth.
The stone cold truth? I like that one.
Boo.
Yep. that was from Sarah.
What's so special?
Yeah, tell Sarah Matthew just boot her out.
Dragonfall
Matthew
is
just
an
booed you.
incredibly rare ore used in forging.
Appreciate that.
She
The
says she
majority of
appreciates
other
it.
crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall, on the other hand,
I
formed as a
like
product
it's
of
not set up by
elemental
Bluetooth.
reactions.
I literally have it
Elemental
by,
reactions can produce
USB.
material objects?
Indeed they can. However, only a minority can survive for long periods of time. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental crystals. When the fighting ceased, these geological remnants were miraculously preserved. And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between, relatively unknown.
Thank you!
A few hundred years ago, they were virtually mined into obscurity. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore that has long since vanished from the earth?
Long since vanished from the
If he knows
earth.
of its existence, surely he knows all of it's already been mined.
Yeah, it's all gone, man.
Paimon doesn't get it.
Paimon doesn't get
There
anything.
are
I don't know
those
why
in the
that's such a
mining
shock.
trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall.
Like, seriously.
But for someone like Mr.
Yeah, Paimon always gets the short end of the stick in these sort of
motivations
things.
for seeking it are unclear even unto himself. It's practically unheard of.
Ulterior motives? Is he a villain?
Gee, you think,
A conclusion
Paimon?
that is presently impossible to reach.
Dear
We
God.
must watch and wait. Don't forget, rescuing those miners.
Could this
is
person who's
primary.
kidnapped a bunch of people be
As for anything
evil?
Oh my God, what? That's
sooner or later,
crazy.
The tide will reveal the lie of the land. We're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow this road through.
Gonzalji, Genshin is still ongoing. I think, haven't they said they have, like, what, a 10-year plan?
They have a
Mr.
10-year
Kujun
plan.
over to us. We still have
And
more
we're still in year
investigation
1.
ahead. We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp. Once we've brought this matter to a close, we can return and attend.
How
to him.
often do I record voice
I
lines?
suggest
Pretty
you leave a
often.
note for Uncle Dai. If he does find the camp, he'll know what to do.
Just because they kidnap people doesn't mean they're bad? I know you're joking. But no. I honestly do like all the characters, whether my personal opinion on them is a different story. As far as like the characters themselves for being the characters that they are, I do like all of them, even D-Luke. I just don't like D-Luke as a person. There's a difference. It's kind of like how I love the character of the Joker. I don't like him as a person. You know, same thing.
Yeah, D-Luke's kind of an edgy dick sometimes.
He's a dick!
You can even tell because have you read any of Klee's voice lines about the other characters?
Yeah, Klee's like, that's one of the weird grown-ups or something like that.
Right, every single other person. She starts by saying, like,
Diana's the
my
best.
favorite.
Like,
And
everybody's
D-Luke's
the
like,
best except D-Luke. What character do I think I'm personally the most like? That's a good question. Hold on, I have to think about it. I want to say Madam Ping. There we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Because I'm old and decrepit.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment.
Madam Pain Banner when?
I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent
What
past.
character other than Paimon would I want to voice? Oh, Timmy, or the cheap and tasty chop suey lady. I love her. Actually, that lady's probably more who I'm like. Cheap and tasty chop suey
So
lady.
there's never any ancient
Because she just yells that all the time, and I just yell all the time. Makes sense.
Some of those lines just really get into your ear like an earworm.
But As eons pass,
Like, for the rest of my life, I'm just gonna periodically be thinking,
memories that survive
the rite of
powerful
parting.
emotion and thought.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going. Wow. Such an immense tree.
And there's so many mysterious looking crystals up there too.
Oh, Mantis wine tastes the same as I remember. Yeah, that one.
Ancient tree.
You hear that one a lot.
Let's conduct separate investigations.
Cheap and
I'll
tasty
take
chop
that in.
suey.
Perhaps you could survey this section. All right then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tab.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh.
Okay, that was
This
weird.
is-
Hey,
Pretty
what's
sure.
wrong?
Yeah.
Just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about.
You sure about that, dude?
Not
A little
yet.
woozy, you know.
Dragon, I don't play Iron Mouse.
I'm going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look?
Vanna, stop trying to call me. What the fuck?
If you don't try, you won't know.
No, I play Sailor
Anyway,
Tinyanko.
take a
Iron
look at
Mouse,
their
I
good look at our
believe.
surroundings from up there.
No, I don't want to say who.
Oh. You think so?
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea? Wait a minute. Paimon can fly.
I don't know what a Mori is.
All right, Paimon will go. You wait here. Paimon will...
All of you, come here.
Huh? Xiangli's voice came from...
Namine.
That's
It's
not-
actually part of the
that's
contract
not-
that we're not allowed to say things that our characters don't say in the canon. So unfortunately, I can't. I mean, I could say it just as myself. I just can't say it as the voice.
Right. And also, that's not your character.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you want me to say a line that Azhdeha or well, I don't want to spoil it for Core, but there may be other characters also with my
already
voice.
know, I'm
appear our
pretty
answer is
sure.
up
I mean, I know I forget a lot of things, but like, once I hear it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that is a line in this.
Compose yourselves. I will lead us in.
Add extra applesauce.
There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Prepare yourselves and tread lightly.
No, you're playing Namine. It's really easy to forget stuff like that.
Oh, we got a cutscene!
Yeah, I love this one. This looks so cool.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
Oh, I've been working on the railroad.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Has it? What a weird
Digging
Kate!
a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly...
Why are they digging with their bare hands? Like, aren't they miners? Oh, that guy has a pickaxe. That makes sense.
Seal bears.
And they've got some dark stuff around them.
The last time I saw this scene, it was, not rendered like this. Hiya. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites too. It's a good line.
We can't hurt them.
Oh, I'm not allowed to play horror games anymore. Eddie,
Oh, is that a personal rule?
no, Eddie told me I'm not allowed. Because last time, he almost lost his hearing.
Oh, holy shit.
I am not
It's a very fun
okay,
game, though, I
guys.
agree.
Honestly, if you want to know why I am not allowed to play horror games anymore, there is a specific video on my YouTube that says this is why Karina's not allowed to play horror games anymore. Go watch that. You'll discover why real fast. It's on my YouTube. Oh shit! Hi, what's up? Is that you? That's you.
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? Wait, why am I Zhongli? The fuck? I don't.
Monster is
I'm surprised you're in the fight.
Oh shit!
You arrive at my doorstep.
No, trust me, you're glad that you have Zhongli with you. This fight is so hard without Zhongli.
Oh fuck! Ah, Chi do your healing.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Azhdeha, this is not how we
Oh, that's
intended
not
for
how I
events
do.
to
How do I do
transpire.
the? Oh, I forgot how to do things as Zhongli.
Your life.
If you hold his E, you'll get the shield. Or, it's not E because you're on controller. It's, hold R2.
I'm holding. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, I think because you're moving.
Solidify.
Okay, there's the shield. Dear God. Okay.
delved into destiny. Decided by destiny.
Yeah, no lie, I think I'm like the hardest boss in the game.
Ah!
Zhongli makes him considerably easier, still not easy.
Let me scry.
What's up, buddy? Oh,
Faster.
Look at that fat toad, that's right.
okay.
My baby
I
frog
don't know
boy.
how to use Zhongli. This is bad.
Hey, you're doing it right. Literally all that you do is just put the shield on and then switch to someone else.
Given. Orders received. Wheel
His ult isn't really worth it against Azhdeha. I think he has like 70% geo resistance or something.
Yeah. Ugh, and of course my stream is lagging. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm getting a new computer. I'm sorry.
Pyrotechnics.
Yeah, the Azhdeha music is beautiful. I agree, Bloody Circuits.
My dude, that hurts. That really hurts. Oh my god.
Yeah, just run from him when he does that.
Oh,
Go.
Azhdeha's a pain in the ass, but would have been hell if I didn't have Ganyu. Yeah, I could see Ganyu being really good in this fight. I actually just saw this really cool post. I'm about to reveal myself as a closet Redditor, but I saw a really cool post on the subreddit. I think it was just earlier today, where somebody said that they did the Azhdeha boss fight as Diana in co-op like 100 times and recorded who, like what other people played and like how well they did. And apparently Ganyu was the most played character.
Leave my space.
oh wow. Oh my god, no, absolutely not. Thank you. Okay, cool.
Shifting sands. No
Fate is upon me.
Shifting sands? Why are you yelling at me about sands,
Rise,
dude?
flow.
These are rocks.
Life goes on. Feel the beat. Shred till I'm dead.
gather.
I have like
Oh,
4
sick,
shields
Shinyan.
on.
Crumble.
You're not even halfway done yet. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, and this is actually a different boss fight than when you fight him as a weekly boss.
Yeah.
The fight gets some new mechanics where he like infuses elements into himself
What?
and
You
becomes
can do
resistant
that?
to them.
Memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth.
That's
as
not
it ought to
fair.
be.
That's beside the lead.
Ah!
Hey, that fight wasn't going well for
He hit
me.
me.
I'm like half health. You're still full health on all of your characters. I had to leave.
Barely. I had to use Chi-Chi a lot.
Delved into destiny.
Oh my god, no. Bitch. This isn't Monster Hunter. Get back.
Gather.
The weekly is somehow harder. I'm inclined to agree. It just gets really brutal if you can't do it fast enough, because then he infuses both elements at once.
Oh boy.
Rise.
Oh my god, please heal my Mona. Please.
Life goes
please,
on.
Please, I beg of you. Please heal my Mona.
For 1,000 year pain!
Yeah, Amelia, I use Eula for everything. Eula Burst is just so good at clearing content.
No!
Solidify!
Amp it up.
Yeah.
What does Xinyan do? She's one of the only characters I haven't played.
Who? Which character?
Xinyan?
Xinyan is a fire.
Xinyan.
Yeah, Xinyan is a fire.
Life goes on.
Vision user and Claymore, and so
Opening box of
and
Adept
also
Tricks.
she's like into music and stuff. Which is funny because that means both of Laura Stahl plays both her and Barbara, and that means Laura Stahl plays two like basically people that are into music.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Wow.
It's appropriate too. Laura's a really good singer.
Exactly.
You've heard her stuff with Jeff, right?
Yup.
Oh, obviously, because
Yeah, Eddie's in that
Eddie's
band.
also involved in that. Yeah.
Shadows of. Wheel of life. Oh. Wow.
Ow! Don't you dare kill my kid, Chi-Chi.
Nowhere to hide. Decided by destiny.
Stabilize!
Oh, thank God.
Delves into depth.
Wow, that Zhongli actually does a lot of damage. That's surprising.
What character?
That Zhongli, the like trial Zhongli that they give you,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
surprised that he actually has like pretty good gear on, seems like.
Well, they don't want to set you up with a character that's like not leveled up.
Leave my
Ow!
That would just be mean.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that like the worst thing when he just like surfaces for a second just to like knock you down?
Well, it's like all of my characters that I get, because I get one of every character at least,
Life
right?
goes
And
on.
I feel
Right.
bad because I'm like, a lot of them are at level 1 because I'm like, I already have my mains at level 80 though, like, I
Oh,
can't.
yeah. Wait, someone in chat is saying that this Zhongli is C3. That's hilarious.
Oh,
That's such a strong
that's really
Zhongli.
funny.
Crumble!
Let me scry. Feel the beat.
The enraged earth will not absolve
Don't blink.
you!
Hey.
Ah! No!
Shadows of-
Oh God, no.
Yeah, Brave Diamond, you're right. Come on, just feed me, Kohler. I'm hungry.
Why? Why would you say that?
Power cord.
I'm not your emergency food. I'm emergency food for Zach or Sarah only.
Delves into destiny.
Eon of suffering!
You're almost dead. I got this. It's fine. Hashtag everything's fine. I hope. Oh God.
Let me scry. Rise.
Yikes.
Time to rock.
There is no
Fate is upon you.
for 1,000 year pain!
Oh. Okay. You're so close to death! Oh my God. Look, I killed Matt Greenbaum, everybody.
Oh,
Morax!
that was my very formal reading of that line. Did you like that?
After you
Oh.
saved me underground,
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you.
return for the second time.
Are you speaking as this little child?
This was like my favorite part.
What? Why is
When I
your...
learned I got to be a little girl.
Oh God.
You should call it by its name, Azhdeha. Fate.
Fate?
Okay.
Fate?
This little girl is super creepy.
So here lies the wisdom of the gods.
I have no idea what happened to my
Destroy
Instagram.
all deemed redundant.
Um,
Tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
like I didn't even get a message that it was
No.
any like it was
You have
suspended or anything. I
forgotten.
didn't get anything, and I've been trying to fix
that voice.
that, and like
Azhdeha.
yeah, I don't know what happened.
Kunjun?
Ooh, I actually want to take a minute to answer this question from Dreaming Beyond, because that's a really important question for like anyone interested in voiceover. Tips and tricks to keep this kind of thing from hurting. This did not hurt at all for me to record all of this, but I also have a lot of experience streaming and doing stuff like this.
It also should
So-
never hurt. If you ever do a voice and
Exactly.
it starts hurting, you stop immediately,
Yeah.
fucking immediately, because if you damage your vocal cords, they will not come back.
Yeah, exactly.
You will
So like,
damage
the
them
moment that anything
forever.
starts to hurt, you just stop. You just stop what you're doing and you find some other way to do it. You take a break, you do whatever you have to do. Tips and tricks, I would say. I do think in a safe environment where you can work on it by yourself, do practice and try some stuff, and just find some way to do it that doesn't hurt. Taking voice lessons helps a lot. I was actually, earlier in my career, before I was a voice actor, I sang opera. So, believe it or not, having a classical training in music actually helped a lot to learn how to scream healthily.
Yin and yang. Opposing forces.
So
So-
you,
You
so
can
this is
consider
when
the
you took
existence
over
of me and the
Kunjun,
Azhdeha
or no, you
you
were
see
Kunjun
there
the entire time. You're a
to be a
fragment of
reflection of
Azhdeha.
such polarities.
Well, at least the
Yeah.
entire time you were with me, but you were taking over Kunjun? Is that what's happening? I forgot.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
because you're also taking over
So-
the little
So
girl.
there are two
yeah, lore-wise, even when Kunjun was being voiced by
Wait, is it
Aiden,
Azhdeha or Azhdeha?
Possible.
yeah, there was some inconsistency there. I
Great!
actually had to
Love
come back
that.
in to re-record. I recorded all my lines saying Azhdeha, and then re-recorded them as Azhdeha.
Because Paimon definitely just said Azhdeha.
You were able to vent
Yeah.
the forces that suppressed
Yeah, when I
you.
played, there was actually the whole line near the end that was different, so I'm intrigued to see if it's going to be still in here.
That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted
Oh, wait,
an
I forgot what we were
opportunity
talking about
to
before.
strike back.
Just, when it comes to vocal health,
The mind
never
was
ever do something that hurts.
dig into the
Never.
entrance to the
Not
seal
worth it.
itself.
The reason that I book characters like Azhdeha is because I found a way to do that voice without it hurting. So, like, if it hurt, I would have been able to keep it up for several hours at a time, which is what the job requires.
Fully destroy it with
Uh,
the seal.
If it hurts, it's not worth it.
The audacity. Are you insane? If you truly
So
are
you're
a
talking to
being,
yourself here.
How is it you
I sure am. This was a fun one to record.
betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was.
You talk to yourself all the time? Yeah, this is just like that.
This would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax and aid him in stopping you.
So the real
Thank you,
enemy
C.
to
Dandino.
Sense that
Azhdeha the
something
entire
is amiss
time
when you
was
mention
Azhdeha
Dragonfall.
himself.
Had
True.
your power been but
Yup.
a little
It's a very
stronger,
esoteric
I
story.
would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so
What are you doing,
long.
baby girl?
A secret beyond all comprehension.
Oh yeah, I remember the thing from earlier. If I remember correctly,
Ancient
even when Kunjun is being voiced by Aiden, it's still Azhdeha controlling him.
Right.
This is just where Azhdeha is like, hey, it was me all along, bitch!
There
Yeah.
would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You real Azhdeha was the friends we made along the way.
You haven't changed. Then allow
That gets me.
Azhdeha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself.
The memories of rocks do not last long.
Well, my bird
Those
just
memories
put
that survive
herself in
are
my
rooted in
hand, and now
powerful
I can't
emotion.
move. I am stuck here.
But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion is the world's greatest destroyer.
Like,
of
I don't know if you
memories.
got... Like, she literally put herself here. Oh, baby.
Hey, don't we all just want to be held? I understand,
She
Zulu.
wants to be held.
Azhdeha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated.
She is also nibbling on my
Azhdeha,
skin,
now
and
incomplete,
that kind of
became
hurts, baby girl.
irascible,
Yeah, it sounds
aggressive.
unpleasant.
What would you expect? It was humanity that
Ow!
attacked the ley lines that
Baby.
sustained me.
No, seriously, stop.
This much
That
is
hurt.
true, which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war against Morax.
Waged war? Oh
In the
no!
beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to
Core, did you have the
us.
experience when you first started with the Liyue stuff, where it took you like 8 tries to pronounce the country's name?
Oh
No
yeah.
matter how we struggled, we lost.
I swear, every
100%.
single line where I had to say Liyue, it took me like at least 3 takes. It was awful.
All reason.
MiHoYo to this day still
Morax
says I'm
shared
the
with
best
us
one
some
at
of his
doing it, but
power
I
to
think they're
prevent
lying.
Further erosion.
I think
No, I
they're
believe
doing
it.
that to make
It
me
was
feel better.
futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an
There you
unstoppable
go.
force. And so, we became you.
I mean, I've had a few other people try to say that that I do say it best, but again, I think you're all just trying to make me feel better.
I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdeha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
So, he's actually not mispronouncing that. Libra is the fraternity at Liyue.
I am the
It's
release
the
of
fraternity at
Azhdeha's
Liyue
benevolence.
University.
The
It's
echo of
Libra.
contract set in stone.
What's up, Libra?
A willingness
Part of
to go
Libra
further.
fraternity, yo.
A willingness to
Um.
coexist peacefully with mankind.
No, no. This is
Ooh,
I,
the little girl
Azhdeha,
version of you is mad at you.
forged of elemental crystal,
This is weird.
bearer of the weight and memories of the earth.
Yeah, that's a weird sentence out of context.
Yep.
The oceans that decides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Insects?
Morax is not an insect.
I mean, he's a drag. Well,
A
technically,
lord
he's
over
the fucking
insects is
Earth.
Nothing but an insect in turn.
Like, it's funny because people will be like, he's a dragon. I'm like,
You forgot
actually,
yourself.
before he was a dragon,
Nobody
he
held
was an old
Morax in
lady,
higher
and then before
regard
that,
than
he
you
was
or
a
I.
fisherman? Question mark.
That which you have forgotten.
And
I hold here
and
in my
I mean, but
heart.
his original form was he
If
was
you
the
are
Earth.
The memory of the Earth, then
I didn't actually know there were like
memory of
canon other
coexistence.
forms for him.
Of coexistence.
Yeah.
I knew the lady one because he
Oh!
mentions that in his story quest.
Well, yeah, like that big ass dragon just dies out and like flies up and then falls out of the fucking middle of the sky.
Yeah, that
Because he
one.
fakes his death because, of course he does. But he talks about how like when you're doing that whole perfumed quest with Ying Air, he talks about how a certain perfume reminds him of I'm not remembering the line exactly, but it basically says that yeah, he used to be a lady.
Spent,
There's
and
also
I will
books
soon
in
disappear. Before I
Tavat
do,
that also go over it.
heed these words.
And the books also go over how he used
In
to
the
be a
wilderness,
fisherman.
snow
But
falls
also,
on
I mean, his
spring day.
original form was
In
he
an
is the
instant,
Earth.
It will melt,
Oh, that's cool.
even where
Because
it is
he's the god
futile
of the Earth.
and leaves
He's
no
the god of
trace.
rocks.
I also want to bring up, I know that we just passed over the line, but Joe says something that's like, what is this? And all this light or something like that. I remember in our session, as soon as that line came up, Chris just immediately broke out singing Les Mis.
That's awesome.
He starts singing Stars from Les Mis.
Love it. Oh, little girl version of you is
The little
dead?
girl vanished.
Yeah, she dipped.
Yeah, she
Are you
like
satisfied,
was like,
Azhdeha?
nah, fam, I'm peacing
I had
out.
to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it.
But yeah, was an old
So,
was originally a
Morax.
rock. Zhongli was
You call
originally a
yourself
fucking rock.
Zhongli these days.
Just like Venti
do.
was originally and Venti also has a billion fucking
I'm
names.
afraid old habits die hard.
Venti was originally the
me,
wind.
Your Morax.
Oh, is that like before he was that little like sprite thing that we see in the
Get your gift of
well, in his story quest?
Hardly lifted
In
a
his story
nothing of it.
And
quest.
yet,
Because we see him as like that little fairy thing that greets the
know the
Right, I think
unnamed
that was
guard.
when he was the
searching
wind.
for the sun.
Okay.
Because that was his like that was
Eyes
basically a
from
I
Morax
think and don't because
Azhdeha.
like I just know he was the wind, but I think that sprite thing you are talking about, that
will
was an
remember
artistic
this.
way to kind of form the wind because you can't see the wind.
Your
Right.
Right?
power is nearly spent.
And also like I have a theory
Perceptive as always, my
about
friend.
like you know the archipelago or whatever that
Shall we
came
get
out
going,
recently
you and
because
I?
I swear to God one of the
Surely the
characters is
pressing
also
matter is
voiced by
still
Erica
that of the
Harlicker
miners
and
trapped
Venti in
outside
his
the
current
seal.
form is in the
Indeed.
form of his best
Hence
friend
the
who
need to
died.
get going, to fix the damage left in your wake.
And
Straight
well,
down to business
yeah.
as
So,
always.
Yulo, you're
Let's go.
correct. Venti was the elemental spirit. The element was wind. He was the fucking wind. Just like Zhongli's original form was also an elemental spirit. He was rocks. That's the element. So when you say elemental spirit, that's what I mean by Venti was the fucking wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got a treasure chest. And so yeah, that's kind of how I understand it, or how. That's how I understand it.
Such, for it cannot be changed. Nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
But yeah, Venti talks about how before he had a human form, he was the wind because that was his elemental spirit version. He's the wind. And he was originally also called because he was Barbados, and then of course in his form currently, Barbados is now Venti, but they're basically the same person. Yeah, there's a lot into this. Brave Diamond, I don't really know what's happening with Ball yet, and I won't really know until we get there. So, yeah.
Right.
Huh? How did we get here?
Oh boy.
We need to go back and check on the miners.
Yeah, we need to check on those people that you almost killed.
Whoopsie.
You almost killed
I mean,
them.
who among us has not, like, accidentally sent a second version of themselves out to kidnap 4 or 5 miners and then
Oh,
almost
I
killed
do
them?
that on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I just call that a Tuesday.
We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly, we found no trace of the other 3. Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Nothing.
Oh, there you
Take
are.
no mind. Those 3 miners are over there, in that cave.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger.
Well,
Don't
that's
worry.
good? Question mark?
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men.
Well,
I'll be happy
Blue
to
Mangoes,
assist
as
all of
far
you
as
any way
we
I can.
know, Venti
I'll
is
be
the
back soon.
only
I need to assess their condition.
is Barbados. Like, there's no cause you are right. It is possible that the spirits themselves have different divergence. But
Not
as far as Zhongli and Venti go, we don't. We're pretty
Once
sure that
I'm
there
gone,
is
the
no
true
divergence
owner will
with them
accompany the
because,
miners back to
like
Liyue.
Azhdeha here had, of
Kunjun
course, two
hails from a
versions of
family of
himself.
famous
Because he
artisans.
was a fraction, right?
He too will
So,
be famous in time.
you have one that that
It
possessed
would be a
Kunjun, and then
shame
the
for someone
other
of his
that
talent to go
possessed
missing.
the little girl.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
But
And
as
there is
far
also
as
the
Zhongli and Venti go, I
Yet their
don't think
creators
that is
see
the
so
case
much.
because
Yeah,
they have
Azhdeha
their
actually
gnosis.
recognized Zhongli.
I don't and here's the thing. I don't think it's the case because they had their gnosis. Don't get me
I
wrong.
am
They don't
no
have them
longer the
anymore, of course,
Geo-Archon.
because Senora
I
took
can
them.
sense it.
Spoiler alert.
Today I am
But that
just an
being said,
ordinary
like,
citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a
I
fate.
think that because the gnosis kind of like ground
Let's get the
them to
difficult part out of the way.
Celestia.
I cannot guarantee that I won't be awoken a second
Yeah.
time.
No matter. If that day comes to pass,
Are you picking up
Liyue must
pens?
prepare
Are
itself
you
to
playing with a
face
pen?
And
My bird's playing with a
how
pen.
will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life
Thank
is
you, bird.
shaped
Oh, thank
and
you.
then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven.
What are you doing, bird?
Even if
No.
our
Someone in the chat just immediately says, Among Us?
It would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure.
Or she's messing with the controls.
You may live
That's
forever,
fine.
doomed to a lonely existence.
Stop.
Yet, even
Those
this
controls don't
is
affect me.
temporary.
It's that one.
When you reach the end of time, those people,
Alright.
those
Stop
past and
trying to
future
bite my
relationships
SSL2. It's expensive.
predetermined by fate,
She's trying to be like Daddy.
they will be waiting for you.
No.
I do not pretend to match
Oh, I
your
don't even have
rhetoric
water in
when
front
it
of
comes to
me.
the subject of a life long lived.
Am I gonna play Among
I
Us
fear
today?
that the
Why would I
life of an
play Among Us
elemental being
today?
is longer than any
I never
in this
said I was
world.
gonna play Among Us
Were
today.
it
I'm
not
very
so,
confused. What?
You would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
Oh, you just
You've
tried to
brought a
raid me?
smile to my
Oh, well,
face.
thank you. I mean, it's
When
the
all is
thought
said
that
and
counts.
done,
Thank you.
A reunion between
Yeah,
old
Among Us
friends
is on the
an
last
auspicious
Saturday
occasion.
of every month.
That day in the chasm. Did you hesitate?
Yeah, I'm really
A heart of
confused as to
stone is a heart
why
nonetheless.
people were saying Among
I
Us.
am the god of
Oh,
combat.
no, it was, they were saying
Kunjun
Among Us
said
because
Among
Kunjun
Us.
said it.
Okay, got it.
You chose
Now I
justice,
get it.
but
Sorry,
did
I'm
not
dumb.
forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities...
I like that line from Kunjun because he's just like, yeah, I was willingly sealed away. I mean, obviously if I wanted to, I could have won.
Inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend. God of contracts. I hereby honor our agreement.
Am I though, Brave Diamond? Am I?
Thank you, Azhdeha.
My life is nigh on eternal.
No, Bird.
I will go
You
on
are
with
being
the infinite flow of
obnoxious.
time.
And I love you.
And you, Morax. You too will live for many a day to come.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Aw, shoot.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only...
And then he's just
Oh,
on the
well,
ground.
that's good. He's only asleep. Jesus Christ, I thought he died.
Weird.
I was like, why the fuck is he just dead?
Another person.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real...
No, I'm a good host. I just wanted to make sure that young Kunjun was back in bed by 10.
Right, that.
He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago remain crystal clear in my mind.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains.
Ooh,
he
we
heard
got
a
a
remote
cutscene.
voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Okay. There's his dragon
Most of
form.
the ancient
He came from a
life
crack in the
forms
earth
that
because
live
he's
below
literally
Liyue
the
are
earth.
blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
Okay, so there's a weird stone.
That's how Azhdeha was.
Okay,
I
so
answered
Zhongli's
his wish
actually your
and
daddy.
took him above ground.
I actually think Azhdeha's older than Zhongli. Like, even like God Morax. I think Zhongli, or I think that Azhdeha's older than him, but he was like blind and kind of pitiful.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world, and came to an agreement with him.
Okay.
With his fingers, he made
So,
two
but it does seem
eyes,
like he did
quicker
find
than
your
words could
spirit,
tell,
and then he
lightning flashed and
made
thunder
you
roared,
this
and a
form.
living, breathing.
Yeah. That's why the Kunjun version of me is like so thankful to him.
I
Okay,
agreed
yeah.
to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
Zhongli and his pet frog.
The Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the four corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
Shortly afterward, Uncle Dai volunteers to take the unconscious Kunjun. Oh, wait, I couldn't read it fast enough. Fuck! I'm not that good of a reader, MiHoYo! You know this! You see how much I struggle when I'm in a session, and you made it that
Azhdeha
fast?
attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail, down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down, and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born.
Okay.
Azhdeha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. Towards Liyue. Towards life above ground. He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even
Damn.
I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens,
Oh, it's
it is
birdie
time to
ASMR
leave.
time, I guess.
The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about.
Oh, that's actually surprisingly nice sounding.
But even a
Well, that
stone
was just
may
her
tire.
her claws on the mic.
Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion.
And
I
so
have
far, she
endured.
hasn't really done a high-pitched
People
sound yet.
abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the natural order of this world. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries.
Oh?
Oh, I guess we're
About
gonna
what?
ask. Oh, we're gonna ask about a sister finally.
So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you experienced the incident?
I cannot say.
What?
Why?
Yeah.
You can't even give us a thread of information?
Yeah, that's rough.
Bullshit.
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean...
Oh no, it literally is. He signed an NDA, guys. He's literally signed an NDA.
John agrees under NDA. He can't talk about Conria
He
yet.
signed an NDA. That's hilarious. He fucking signed an NDA?
Friends today.
Bruh.
I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow.
Dude, how legally
many
binding is
events
that
of ages
contract that
past,
even after thousands of
many
years, Zhongli
secrets
still
that
has to be
lie
quiet
hidden.
about it?
They have been eroded by time, forgotten by the
Also,
people.
I do want to point out that it's not surprise.
But you are capable of finding them and bringing
Did
them
you
into the
literally
light.
poop while you were on
Those
my
who come
mic?
to witness
Thank God you didn't poop
will
on the mic
witness.
itself.
Those who are born to remember will remember. If you take
Damn,
the
Bird
same
does not
road
give
as
a shit.
Well,
Or
this is also
rather,
towards the end of the
gives too
day.
many
She
shits.
poops more than
But
ever.
as long as you firmly believe
Uh-huh.
that you are on the right path, everything has meaning.
Cool. I did it!
Yeah, that's the quest.
That was the quest! What? There's a challenge?
And now you can fight me every week.
And now I can fight you all the time! Holy hell! Burr, burr, burr. So Matt, while we're hanging out here, I know you said that you already said what you've been in and stuff like that. My question next is, what got you into voice acting specifically?
Ooh, I've been an actor in general since I was a kid. I started acting at age 6. But mostly doing theater stuff throughout most of my life. I was in college for musical theater, and I was starting to realize that it wasn't really hitting the same, itch that it used to, and that I wasn't really satisfied doing it, but I was like, well, I've only ever been an actor, I don't know what else to do. So I started trying other things within the same vein. I wound up helping some friends who were an animation major with their finals by just, voicing a few characters for them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was actually playing The Last of Us, the first game, and just between experiencing such a beautiful story and also getting to dip my feet in the water of that a little bit with my friends, it just kind of clicked with me of oh, this is what I want to do. And so I actually wound up dropping out of college after that, just because the college I went to was actually a fantastic one, but it's very much for theater. And it wasn't really what I was looking for anymore when I was going into voiceover, so I dropped out. I saved up some money for about a year, and then I moved out to LA and just started pursuing it. And I've been working on that ever since.
That's awesome. What? My next question is, because you said The Last of Us, any particular performance in that really inspired you?
Oh my god, the whole game, honestly. If I had to pinpoint specific locations, it's probably the beginning and the end, mostly. Just between, the scene between Joel and Ellie after they leave the hospital. Have you played The Last of Us?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, right at the end there, when they leave that hospital and Joel and Ellie are talking with each other, and Joel's just trying to convince her, hey, no, don't worry, it wound up not being necessary for you to die. Spoiler.
Oh, yeah, when he lied to her.
Yeah, just straight up lied to her. And then just the look on her face, and it was just such a moment of clicking of, I feel like a lot of people, including myself before I was in college, just don't really think about voice acting as, the whole story that goes into it, like they do for, movies and that kind of stuff. And that was the moment where, really clicked for me, of, oh no, this is, a whole-ass performance.
Yeah. That's awesome. My next question for you, could you play Genshin, right?
I do, yeah. I'm
Who
a
do
little
you
addicted. I'm
main?
almost 56. I main Eula. I love Eula. Her animations are gorgeous. How she's like a dancer, but with a greatsword and just swings it around with her body.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
No, honestly, and she's so powerful. Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's just such a satisfying gameplay loop of just like weaving the E's, both the normal and the charged E. It's a fun play style.
Yeah. And then who else do you got on your team?
Oh my god. I'm quite addicted to the game, so I actually have like most of the characters. The only people that I'm missing are Shao. I'm actually missing Venti. I wasn't able to get him on either banner that he was in. Who else? Those might be the only 2 5-stars that I'm missing, actually.
Well, I mean, like, but who, like, besides Eula, who you keep on your team, who are your main teammates?
Oh, sure, yeah. So it's always Eula. Lately, it's been a lot of Fischl, just because she's so good with Eula to get that superconduct done.
Thank you for the raid!
Oh, nice. I've been using a lot of Diana. I really like her playstyle. Yeah, Diana. The shielding is nice to have on the team, and the healing is just really, really good, and plus that gives cryo resonance with Eula. Yeah. And then the last slot is kind of variable. Sometimes I use Albedo, sometimes I use Mona, sometimes I use Chasm.
Okay. What was your favorite voice line that you got to do as Azhdeha?
Oh my god, I'm gonna blank on what exactly it is. There's one in the weekly version of the boss fight, actually, when he's switching forms, where I'm gonna lower my gain a bit so that I can actually do it. It's like, you stand upon your tomb, but...
Oh, that's cool.
And that was just like, I don't know, that's a very badass line, and I had fun with that one. I just had a lot of fun making that noise come out. Besides that, though, there is actually a line right near the end of the quest that you just finished, where Kunjun, I can't remember the specifics at all. I don't hear it as much since it's not part of the weekly thing, but he's talking about how, like, yeah, things kind of chip away over time, but, like, little bits and pieces of yourself still remember the past, and, like, that's why, that part of him was still around to, like, help Zhongli out. And I just like the vibe that gives off of, like, hey, even if we change over time, we can still, like, remember who we used to be and still, like, remember the good times.
Yeah. But, like, you said that your fight is really hard. Do you actually enjoy doing the weekly fight with your character?
I do, yeah. I've actually tried playing it in all the different languages just because I'm curious how it sounds in all the different languages.
Right.
I really like how they all sound. I think that all of the Azhdeha actors just sound really, really nice.
Oh, yeah, totally. I do that too sometimes. I'll switch over just to see how it sounds.
Yeah, I definitely try to switch it up with the different languages because, like, even if it's not, like, our immediate industry, I think it's so cool to, like, just be able to listen to the different versions like that. Well, I love they just have the option so easy.
Even if we're not in the same language cast, we're still all a part of Genshin. So I still feel like there's, like, still, like, a connection there just because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're I do like doing the Azhdeha fight.
Game just in different countries.
Exactly. I will say, I just this week did the Azhdeha fight for the first time without Zhongli. It's a lot harder without him.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a lot harder without him.
The fun fact, if anyone hasn't done it both ways, the lines actually change based on whether or not Zhongli is in your party.
Oh, interesting! I did not know that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a really cool little thing that is in Genshin. So then my next question is besides your storyline, what storyline have you enjoyed thus far?
My number one favorite, hands down, is the Venti story quest. I actually was crying at the end of that quest.
It's a
I did
really
not
sad
expect.
one.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to get that sad, but that was just beautiful. Like the moment. Spoilers if you haven't played Venti's story quest, but right at the end of it, how what's his name, Stanley, I want to say, is talking about his dead friend and how like his soul can't make it back to Mondstadt, and then Venti is just like, hey, you've been carrying his burden for him, and then shows off that he's the god of wind, and is like, can you let me carry that burden from now on? I was sobbing.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Sacred name.
Yeah.
Fortune preserver.
What about you? What has been like some of your favorite quests so far?
So my favorite storyline so far is the Hu Tao one.
Oh yeah, that one was good.
Yeah, only because of how hilarious it was. I mean, like, I just remember when we were recording that one, I was literally on the floor crying, because it was so funny. And, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I like the whole idea of of Brianna's character being all like, I can give you a discount on dying? What? Like,
yeah, like, oh yeah, that's a 2-for-1 deal.
yes, she actually says that at one point, and that was actually what I think finally did it for me, where I was like on the floor, and I was like, no, she did not just say that. That's amazing.
Yeah, and Brianna's performance there is really, really funny.
So good. Yeah. Anyways, is there any questions from you guys that you want to ask Matt, the voice of Azhdeha? Oh, my AR? I'm at AR 50. I need to level up. How am I? I'm pretty good. How are you, Matt?
I'm good. I love that was the first question.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
It's a nice question.
To the adventure.
It is. When Matt on Among Us stream, I'll do the
You're
Among Us stream.
invited to it.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do some. I haven't done any of them yet, but yeah, I'll make sure I can make it to one soon.
Yeah, they're on the last Saturday of every month. Are you not in that Discord yet?
Actually, don't know. I don't think so.
I will double check right now, actually. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, there's a few questions here. I'll try to rapid fire them.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you don't have to rapid fire. We got all the time in the world, because after we're done with questions, I'm pretty much done.
Oh, fair enough. How excited for Inazuma? I'm super excited for Inazuma. I'm stoked for Bale. I'm not going to pretend like or Ball, I think is how you pronounce the name, right?
Yeah, Ball.
I'm not going to pretend like I'm not a simp for Ball. That's what I am. Have to ask Matt, who do you bring to Azhdeha? Right now I bring Eula, Zhongli, Fischl, and Diona. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Do you wish to voice a playable character? Yeah, totally. I had so much fun doing Azhdeha. I would love to come back for more stuff if they'd ever have me. Playable character, non-playable character, just anything. It's a fun game, and it was a really fun experience. I would love to do more. Dogs or cats? I'm actually allergic to both of them, so unfortunately I will never probably own any, but I did grow up with cats.
Keep going, Matt. I have to go to the restroom, but I'll be right back.
Sounds good. I actually grew up thinking that I had asthma because I'm so allergic to cats, and I was growing up with them. And then I moved out, and I found out, oh, no, I'm just allergic to cats, so that's rough. That was a pun, by the way. Who do I ship in Genshin? Probably Sucrose and Albedo. I think that they would be really cute together. If you could voice any other character in Genshin, who would it be and why? Oh, that's a tough one. There's a lot of really funny NPCs that are just, like, around. I would love to be... I can't remember his name, but he's, like, the guy who's, like, hated by the community, where there's, like, that random quest where you have to save him from a bunch of slimes. and he's just like cowering. I think it'd be really funny to be him, but I think he already has an actor in some quest. I could be wrong though. What's your adventure rank? I'm 55. I'm probably gonna be 56 in like a couple days. I play this game a lot. Who's your favorite character? Eula. Moan is also up there. I do really like Albedo. And honestly, the Traveler themselves, just a really cool character. Both of us did such an amazing job. Thank you. That's so nice. Bonjour, welcome. Ah, bonjour. Comment ça va? Back again. Had to handle. Let's see. Who do you want to pull Gore the most? I'm assuming that should be on the most. Just out of the characters that we've seen in the live streams, I don't honestly know because I don't know any of their kits or anything. Ayaka visually looks cool, so maybe her? Favorite element, elemental resonance. I think in terms of how it plays in the game, I really like Animo. I like all the grouping stuff. I like just the fast-paced nature of it and how there's a lot of movement in Animo characters. Could you do a voice line of Azhdeha, please? I'd love to. If you have one in particular that you want me to, I'd be happy to read it off. Ball Sims Unite, absolutely. Sim for Beto, I respect that. What else do you play? I play League of Legends because I hate myself.
Yeah, I stay away from that one.
I actually play it with Eddie quite a bit.
You do play it with Eddie and Jackie!
Yeah. It's always fun to play with them. It's much more fun to play with friends than it is to play by yourself. The community can be a little toxic sometimes. And then besides that, I'm actually, on my stream, I just started playing, what do you call it, Hades recently, and that's a phenomenal game. Definitely recommend for anyone who likes roguelikes. Opinions on snakes. I think snakes are awesome. They are one of the only pets that I'm not allergic to, and I would love to have one. They're also just really friendly. They get such a bad rap just because of all the, like, scary stories in children's books about snakes. But, like, most snakes are just cute little boops.
Yeah, they're danger noodles.
Exactly. Though, I have a friend from when I was growing up. I mean, they were, like, a family friend. So, you know, they were, like, in their 20s or 30s when I was a kid. But, they... Oh, are you supposed to level up your world level?
I'm trying to while you're doing the little thing that you're doing. I'm leveling up.
Hell yeah. But I do have a friend from when I was a kid who almost got eaten by her pet boa constrictor.
Wait, what?
Pet python. Because she used to let it, like, sleep next to her on the bed, and then one day it stopped eating completely, and it started stretching out next to her on the bed. And she brought it into the vet and was like, "Vet, what's wrong with my baby? Like, he's not eating anymore." And when she brought up that it was, like, laying out next to her on the bed, the vet was like, "Oh, yeah, he's, like, sizing you up to eat you."
Oh my god. Super danger noodle.
Thing. Very danger. Okay, let's see, what do we have? Do you believe Italians are real? God, I hope so. My family's extremely Italian, so I'd be very concerned if we weren't.
Italian. So was
I know it doesn't sound like it. Greenbaum is definitely a German name. That is a little slice of German that snuck into the gene pool.
Yep.
Everyone else in my family's Italian, so very, very core to my identity. What vision would you personally have? I think probably Geo. I like to think I'm, like, a fairly chill person IRL, and I just really like the vibe of Geo just being like, alright, we're just kind of doing this, you know? Yeah. Like, all the Geo characters are just really relaxed.
They're grounded.
Exactly.
Like, legit
miss you, Kimmy. Thanks for stopping by.
You play Stardew Valley. Who's your love interest on there?
Oh my god, it's been a long time since I played Stardew Valley. I can't actually remember their names, but the redhead girl.
Yes, I think that's Penny.
That sounds right.
The teacher, right? Or are you talking about the artist?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the artist.
You're talking about the artist. What was the artist's name? Leah!
Leah, that's it. That's absolutely it. She was my love interest.
See, I always go for Abigail or, oh god, what's his face? The one with the blonde hair. See, I would go for Sebastian, but A, he's a smoker, and I can't stand smokers. I know that sounds bad, but, like, I'm like, every time you, like, just kissing a smoker just, it tastes terrible.
I know, I used to date someone who was a smoker, and I just had to be like, hey, can you just, like, do that after we're together?
Yeah. Don't smoke while, like, smoke after you leave my house. I'm so glad, because it's funny, because Eddie, like, loves the smell of cigarette smoke, but he can't smoke because he has asthma. So I'm like, thank fucking Christ.
Who knew that we would be thinking asthma, but, like, here we are.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if I could do a Paimon impression. Cor, can you...
Wait,
can you
hold on! Sebastian quit smoking for you at the end of his cuts? Well, now I have to go for Sebastian. Fuck. Oh, yeah! Sam. Sam is the guy I usually go for. Abigail or Sam. I always say I'm gonna go for somebody different, and then I never do. I'm terrible. Wait, what did you ask, though, Matt?
Oh, I'm just still way behind in the chat. Somebody earlier asked if I could do a Paimon impression. Can you give me a line in Paimon's voice to do an obviously perfect voice match for?
Oh, yeah, because you're amazing at it already.
Oh, yeah, my natural voice is
to unpack there.
There? Try it one more time. The microphone couldn't even pick you up. It was too high pitched.
Oh my god. I'll take the game way down.
There? I don't know what's going on with your mic. It does not like when you try to do high pitched voices.
Huh?
It's like, no, we're not allowing Matt to be Paimon. Paimon's annoying as fuck.
Here, let me mess with my Discord settings. See if I can, like, make it take higher volumes, I guess.
Written in the stars.
Huh. Okay, one more try.
One more try. Nope, it's like, nah, fam.
No, well, we tried.
What mic are you
It wasn't
using?
good, but it was fun. I'm using an AT2020, nothing fancy.
But with really? Because, like, I usually use an AT2020 and it usually picked it up. That's so weird. Maybe it's just Discord. Discord's weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's a mic issue, because I don't normally have a problem with that when I'm like, well, this is not the mic that I used to record on, this is just what I use for streaming, but I don't have a problem streaming ever.
Yeah, so it must be Discord. Discord's just like, nope, Paimon's too annoying, guys. Fuck it. Absolutely.
We try to catch up on some of these comments. Let's see. If you could be up any NPC character, who would it be? Oh my god, that... What's his name? Like, Timothy? The guy who, like, interrupts your alchemy in Mondstadt.
Yeah! And that's played by, also the same guy who plays Dvalin. Brooke Chalmers.
Brooke?
Yeah, that's Brooke.
I didn't even know that was Brooke. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Zaha bien Matt. Didn't realize you were looking at chat, much less a fellow francophone. I took French back in high school, so I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm a francophone, but I speak little bits and pieces. Back when I was a waiter, I actually had to wait on tables a few times in French, and there was one point where I'd forgotten the French word for pepper, and I was bringing them their salads out. So I had to offer them cracked pepper, and they asked me, what is that? And I couldn't remember how to say pepper, so I pointed at the pepper on the table and I said, c'est le petit, and I pointed at the pepper in my hand and said, c'est le grand, which for you non-French speakers means, it is the little, it is the big.
Oh!
Decided by
So I don't know if I'm saying francophone, but I know bits and pieces.
Shadows of fate.
Are you excited for Ayaka Yoimiya? Yeah, they looked really cool in the live stream. I don't know much about them other than that though, but just from that, they looked really neat. I definitely love the Japanese aesthetic. I'm stoked to see all that in Azuma.
Oh, somebody gave 50,000 to sing? Sing what?
I'll be fine.
I didn't see it. Can I finish this fight first and then I'll sing? Hold on. Look, continue. I'm gonna finish the fight and then I can look at it.
Sure.
I'm in the middle of dying right now. Let me die first.
can you do a villain laugh in Azhdeha voice? Legally, I can't do anything that isn't said by Azhdeha in that voice, but I can do a villain laugh in a legally distinct voice.
Yes, that has nothing to do with Azhdeha at all.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing whatsoever. So again, game down. Hopefully Discord will play nice this time.
I kind of heard you that time.
Yeah, did that get picked up that time? Was it too quiet or too loud?
A little bit. It was probably too loud, if anything. I think
Okay.
Discord's just like, you're just too loud, Matt.
Yeah. Discord's just limiting it way too much. It's too hard to do it on Discord. What's Matt's Twitch? Do you mind if I post that in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
In
yes.
chat?
Oh,
Okay.
You can post all of your social medias and Twitch and whatnot.
Okay. I'll go ahead and post my Twitter and my Twitch. Twitter is @MattSGreenbaum. Twitch.
Scry the sky.
Wait, let's see. Twitch is twitch.tv/Ranyu, which is also the name of the accounts that I'm posting this from, so that's what you'll see in chat. So yeah, if you want to hear those things, you can stop by my Twitch, I guess, because Discord's not having it, but I have no problem doing that on stream, so let's see if I can get back to where I was there.
Oh, Toad sings Carry On by Wayward Son. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that after I'm done dying.
Okay, I think I was so far behind in chat that Twitch started deleting some of the messages, so I apologize if I miss anything here. I'm going to keep on scrolling down. Do you have all the 4 stars? I do not. I'm missing... oh, what's their name? The one that Lizzie voices.
Yanfei.
Yanfei, that's right. I'm missing Yanfei. I think that's all that I'm missing, though.
Nowhere to hide.
Oh no, I didn't miss anything. Okay,
Decided by
main Mass Effect love interest, main Stardew Valley love. Okay, we already answered the Stardew Valley. Mass Effect I actually haven't played, so I cannot answer that one well. But I want to. Definitely be a fun one.
Rise. Pyrotechnics.
What are your thoughts on Luca if you've watched it? I actually have not seen that. It is on my list to watch. I've not been watching a lot of things recently. I've been very busy with work and that kind of stuff. I was saying earlier that I do some production work for anime as well, so I've almost exclusively been watching the shows that I've been working on out of necessity.
Yeah. Oh gosh, now I have to fight the big box, don't I?
Oh my god.
We'll see how this works out. Oh, that's a
Stardew Valley. You should absolutely get Stardew Valley.
Fantastic.
Stardew Valley's fantastic.
Stardew Valley is amazing. Please play it.
Yeah, it's such a good game.
Delves into
Whose elemental burst do you like most aesthetically? Ooh, that's a cool question. I'm probably gonna say Mona. It's not just the burst itself, but it's just the fact that, like, after she uses it, you see all the enemies, like, struggling in the air as they're, like, drowning, but, like,
yeah, it's
out of the water. That's badass as hell. That's so cool.
feel the beat. Shadows of
Matt become an Enderman? Oh, I wish. Oh, can you do a Paimon impression but in a low voice? I could do that, yeah. I'm sure that wouldn't cut out as badly. Can you give me another one, Core? It could be the same one, I just don't remember it.
Oh my god, I got stuck! Ah! No, that's not the thing. But
delves into destiny.
My
reckoning.
For the last time, Paimon is not emergency food!
For the last time, Paimon is not emergency food.
I like that, Paimon.
Orders received. Life goes
Oh, somebody's saying that Discord has a noise suppression option. I have not spent a lot of time looking at the settings on Discord, so I do have noise suppression turned on. Maybe that would fix it if I turned that off, but... Okay, well, we'll try that for the next thing.
Go. Faster?
Okay.
Okay.
I turned that off. Let's see if that can fix the, if that can fix the, like, evil laugh thing. I'll try that one again.
Let me scry.
Did that get picked up, or was that still a no?
Yeah, that actually got picked up! You
Okay,
did
perfect.
it!
Yay! Okay, thank you for that tip about the,
yeah. Friggin'
noise
Discord
suppression.
being dumb.
Yeah, I actually spend surprisingly little time on Discord, so thank you for pointing that out, Bessie Bear. Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating. Yeah. Yeah.
Boo, boo, boo. Ah, no! I'm getting attacked.
If you're up to it, I can teach you some Cajun French. I don't know what that means, and that sounds amazing, so I would love to learn some Cajun French. Jean Taylor, or Jeannie Taylor,
Jean.
I'm not sure. Jean.
Yep.
That does make sense.
Jean
What
d'Arc.
with
Shadows of fate.
Like that.
what with the French background? That makes sense.
Fast life goes on.
Oh my god, I can't.
Power cord.
No, this is why I hate it. This is why I hate it, because every time that happens, I never get the fucking triangles in time, and then it gains like a third of its health back, and then you have to try and kill it again. This is why I hate this one. Ah! Sorry, I had to,
Pepper at C10. That feels bad. Beyond, Dreaming Beyond. I think I have like a C10 Ningguang.
Shadows of fate.
It's always rough when you get more characters than you like can have constellations for.
Ow. Mona's dead. Great. And Chi-Chi can't res because I already used one res in this fight. So that's fantastic. This is going really well. I told you all I was gonna die.
Oh, The Warm Embrace of Death has a line he wants me to read. That's actually, yeah, that was my favorite one. I read it earlier, but I'm happy to do it again. So, sorry for anyone who has heard this one, but it is like my favorite line that he says. So I'm happy to do it one more time here.
Go.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not. Okay.
Oh, I missed it because I pressed the wrong button.
Oh no!
I pressed the wrong button! I hate this so much.
Cajun French is a different dialect of French. It's probably different from the French you learn, Matt. Almost certainly,
Because
yeah. The French...
it's like basically like in the area of Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah, the French that I learned was very centered on like southern France and British Columbia, I think.
Fair.
Wheel of life.
Does Matt like Fisherman's Toast? I've not tried Fisherman's Toast in real life, but I like toast and I like fish, so I'm inclined to say yes.
It doesn't have fish in it. It has onions. It has onions and tomatoes. Matt, hello.
Oh, hello, hello.
Hi, there you are.
Onions
Yeah.
and tomatoes.
Yeah.
That... Onions and tomato... I mean, I like those things individually. That sounds weird to put on toast, I'm not gonna lie. But... I'd be down to try it. I'm down to try anything.
Oh my god, I did it! Fuck!
Hell yeah, now the world is harder.
Yup. Oh, I increased all the way to 55? How long was I adventure rank 50 for?
Oh, that means your world just jumped up 2 levels right in a row because there isn't an Ascension quest for 55.
No, there isn't.
Oh, your world just got a lot harder.
No, I didn't want that. No, I'm too bad to have it that high.
Oh, or was that just your max increase
No,
to
that was just
55?
my
Maybe you're
max.
still...
Yeah.
Okay, you're safe.
Okay, good. Okay, I think we're good. I know I can reduce the world level if needed, but if I do that, Eddie will make fun of me for the rest of my life, and I don't think I can live with that.
I didn't even know you could reduce the world level.
Yeah, you can do that now.
Oh, that's cool.
I know I have to sing. Hold on. Wait 2 seconds. I'm getting it. I have to look up the lyrics anyway.
If you have the resin for it, I could hop on and we could do the Azhdeha weekly fight together.
Oh, that's true. We can. Yeah. Hold on. But also, turn down your volume because I have to sing as Toad.
Oh my god. Thank you for the warning.
Yeah.
Come on,
Wait, what song was it again? Chris, what song was it? Wayward Son? Oh, right. Okay. I know how the song goes. I just definitely need the lyrics. Lyrics to... Our way... Son. Okay.
Error.
Okay, now, yeah. Carry on our wayward son! There'll be peace when you are done! Lay your weary head to rest! Don't you cry no more! And then there's a huge guitar solo, and that's all I'm singing.
I just had to mute myself there. I was like, I can't interrupt the clip.
Okay, anyways, yes, join my world. Do you have my UID?
I don't think so. Can you shoot me that in Discord?
Get that to you.
Heck yeah.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Okay, logging on now. Have you already, have you put together your Serenity Teapot?
I've not paid attention to that at all. Like, I think I have a house, and some dogs, and literally that's it. There's like nothing else.
Hey, what more do you need than a house and dogs?
There we go. There's my UID.
Come on, enough procrastinating.
Awesome. Baby boy!
Baby boy! Best, the best, the best. Alright. Hi, Kimmy! For the Azhdeha fight, where do we go for that?
We go
I
back
need
to
actually, like,
where that
accept
fight
your
was
friend
happening.
Request. What's your thing?
Oh, it's called, my name is Rania. It's the feminine of Ranyu. It's Rania.
Did you already send me the request?
I did, yeah. Has it not shown up yet?
I don't have that. I have caramel.
I just tried again.
Okay. I'm not getting it.
What the hell, game?
Give me yours.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Oh, people in chat are saying your friend requests are full.
Oh, that's why? Fuck. Well, no. I didn't know your friend requests could get full. That's really dumb.
While it's there.
Am I just too... I don't understand. How do
Popular.
I... Reject.
You're gonna be popular.
Okay, now send it to me.
Okay. Okay, sent.
There it is! Oh, but I, of course, didn't do it because I'm a dumbass. There we go. Here we go. There, I did it! Now you're there.
Nice!
My Mona's almost dead.
Okay, I'll teleport over to the spot where it happens. It's, way over here.
Ah! I'm dumb and I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Okay, so all the way. It's in Leela, right? Yep, there it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Beneath the Dragon Queller?
Yeah, isn't that a cool name?
Yeah, I like that. Hello, hello!
Oh, hello! The dragon gets much less badass when you realize that it's just a tree.
I can do level 90 shit now. So,
Hell yeah.
we're gonna die. Let's go!
We got this!
We totally got this. 100%.
The elements this,
I'm gonna bring in
the elements this week. Heads up, Azhdeha is going to absorb, I think it was Electro and... Oh, what was the other one? Shoot.
Is it water? Because I'm bringing water.
It was either Hydro or Cryo. I honestly don't remember which.
Damn it. Well, Mona's my most powerful character, so I'm just gonna go with Mona and hope everything's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like you do.
And when you do this fight, you generally need to have a shielder with you, because whenever Azhdeha hits you with an element, you bleed for that element's damage until you get shielded. What? But I did bring Fiona, so we should be okay. I think Fiona will also shield you.
Oh god, I should have brought Xinyan! What an idiot I was!
Faster. Opening box, Adepti tricks.
I will say, like, the one thing that I really love about Eula is that Susie Young plays Eula, because I think she did a really good job.
Oh yeah. Every line out of her sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I actually don't know her IRL.
I don't either, and I wish I did, because I want to invite her to the Among Us streams as well. But yeah.
I think Kimmy's friends with her. I remember Kimmy speaking very highly of her.
Mm.
Shadows of fate.
Oh, run.
Oh god, run! Oh god, run!
The frog is angry!
Dear Lord Almighty, I'm dead.
Oh, okay, it was Electro and Pyro. Okay,
oh,
so...
thank God I didn't bring Xinyan then! Lucky me!
Go.
God, I'm so angry. Why am I so angry?
Fortune preserver.
Because you're killing yourself.
That's true.
Faster. Delve into destiny. Fate is upon you.
Whoosh! I just did 20k damage! See, my Mona's the fucking shit!
Life goes... Oh,
What are you chewing above me, bird? What is she?
Oh, stompy time.
Oh, okay, good. It's just food. Thank you for the host! Oh, I'm dumb. Oh, I'm very dumb. Oh, I'm really dumb. I was trying to pay attention to my bird. That didn't work out so well. Ooh, fuck. I do have corn dust all up on my hair. That is accurate. Thank you, Zulu.
Written in the stone.
Oh, this is the hard phase.
Great. I love it. Why? Ooh, his tail is sticking out.
Delve into destiny.
Yeah, you can hit the tail. It's such a dangerous phase. I think, like, I usually just try to dodge.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I'm not gonna dodge this one.
Ah!
Destiny cannot be.
I died. I have no more playable characters because I'm a dumbass.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
Ow.
So,
Oh god, please shield, come back up.
You got this, Matt.
Hell yeah.
You got this.
We're going.
Yep.
Frog Boy's almost down.
I mean, you're doing great without me. God, oh my God, you just did 10,000. You did it! I suck at this.
He was about to go into his enrage mode where he does both elements at the same time, and I'm like, please, please, please end.
God. Ooh, wow, I got a crown.
Wow.
Wow. Ka-chow.
Wow.
Dear Lord Almighty. All right, it's almost 10 p.m. I think I'm good for tonight. Thank you, Matt, so much for joining us. Where can people find you on social medias?
I will post those again. Let's see. We've got Twitter at Matt S. Greenbaum and Twitch. Twitch.tv/Ranew, R-A-N-E-W. So you are welcome to come by any of those places. I don't tweet super often, but I tweet the important stuff, and I stream whenever I can. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow.
Cool.
Astrologers.
So yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming on and sharing your awesomeness.
That's right.
There, that was Barbara's song as Toad. You're welcome. You're welcome,
I didn't realize I
Internet.
did that